Welcome to Anmaree's Workshop. My name is Anne Marie, and I love to make things with joy. If you like to make things with joy or just watch us other people making things with joy, you have found the right place. Please like, subscribe, and share. And thank you for coming back. So this is my hashtag Fridaysews video. This is November 1st. First day of November, and I'm really excited because the past week kind of was the end of my assigned, I guess, my makes of the year. The rest of the year, the last 2 months, I have plans for. So let me talk to you about it. There we go. All right, so this past week, I finished my jumpsuits for myself and my jumpsuits for my loved ones for Christmas. And they just need a little tweaking, but I kind of have to put it on their body. So that was part of the hashtag Sew Romp Jump Play 2024, sponsored by at 85th and Wade. I hope you were able to participate. So I posted that on Halloween. I am so sorry it took me so long to get that going, but between the costumes and the bedspreads, and there was nothing but pure joy in the sewing this month. So all of that's gone, and I thought it was time for me to revisit my hashtag 9makes videos. Now, some of you might participate in this. In January, the way it works for me is in January, I think of 9 categories of things, not so much 9 items, but 9 categories of things that I'd like to work in. And so for the year, I kind of set that up as my rubric, sorry teachers, of what I want to get done for the year. And so it kind of helps guide me because I'm inspired by a lot of things, movies, nature, talking to friends and things like that, and magazines. And so I can get scattered because sometimes when you have a brain that likes to do clay, that likes to plant in the garden, that likes to sew, knit, crochet, it can get out of hand. So I love that 9 makes challenge. So in January of this year, I came up with my 2024 9 makes list. And some of the things I said I was gonna do, so instead of individual things, I put categories. So number 1, I was gonna do some online challenges. The second thing, I was going to do some PDF sewing because I'm so attracted to PDF patterns because of the immediacy of being able to download and print it out, and because there's no pattern shopping here in Jamaica. At least I haven't found any yet. So everything I do is either online paper or online PDF. So Laura had a challenge to do 24 in 2024. So that was one of my 9 makes, to do 24 PDFs in 2024. Now, the third thing was I was supposed to be doing some craft of some sort, and I think by the time Christmas is over, I will have done that. And then the fourth thing was to make some household items. And then the fifth thing was to do some designer dives. That means look in your patterns, see who you keep on collecting their patterns, but you haven't made any of their clothes, and dive down into them. Okay, and then I was gonna do a Houston cleanup. That means when I moved here 5 years ago, I had a couple buckets, of things that were cut out for Houston, but really didn't have any application here in Jamaica because my favorite season was fall. And so I loved the jackets, the vests, the suits, I loved all that stuff, but not necessarily translates to Jamaica because of the temperature. And then costume was my 7th thing in my 9 makes, and you know how that went. And the 8th thing was my Dress-A-Girl contributions. And then the last thing was quilts. Okay, so the way I see it, so far I'm doing so good because, and I'll do a separate video in January to talk about the things. I did the 24 and 24 challenge. I did the Dress a Girl challenge. I did my own Sew Reversible 2024 challenge. I did the hashtag Sew April 24. I did the Sarah challenge. I did the Finish That Whip challenge. And I just completed the Sew Romp Jump Play challenge. So that box is checked. All right, so now 24 in 2024. Oh, I made 27 of my PDFs so that I reached into stuff I already had, paired it with fabric. I had most of the fabric, or I could get more, and made 27 items. So like you can see, this has to be a whole new separate video. Craft. Now, I know I'm going to be getting into craft because I have a couple of ideas for Christmas this year. So I know craft, I kind of think you're involving glue and paper and stuff like that. So that box I'm not going to check yet, but I think I'm getting close. All right. The next box was household, and I did the wheelchair, the cushion covers for my dad's wheelchair, and I did a lot of gumdrop pillows. I did the bolsters, and I did the bedspreads. And I did some pillows as well, some pillowcases and things like that. So I think household stuff, I'm sure I'm gonna get into more of it because I'll tell you what's going on with these buckets behind me. Now, the designer dive, I did Sandra Betsina, I did Maker's Atelier, I did Kichi B Style, and I did Veronica Tucker. So I feel like that wasn't bad this year. All of those designers, I really, really loved their stuff. All right, now I'm gonna skip the Houston cleanup. We'll talk about it in a minute. Costume. Now, I did the Bridgerton Lady Danbury, and I didn't get to the other ones. I did want to do Lucienne, the librarian from the series by Neil Gaiman. What's it called? Dream. It's the story of Dream. Oh my. Hold on a minute. Sorry, guys. Senior moment. It was the Sandman series. And the librarian from the world of dreams had a beautiful coat. I'll probably push it to next year because I dove so deep in the Lady Danbury that I'm a little costumed out at the moment. All right, and then Dress a Girl, I said that I was going to make 15. I did. I made 15 of them. I had tried out some new patterns with that. And as far as the quilts go, I thought I had 2 weddings that were going to happen this year, but they have not happened as of yet, and I haven't heard anything about them. So I'm going to go with the 2 bedspreads because the tops are quilted, and I think that satisfies the 9th box. So let's go back to the Houston cleanup. Okay, so behind me are, excuse me, let me move this dress out of the way. There are 1, 2, 3 containers of unfinished garments that I had the idea, I found the right pattern, I found the right fabric, I cut the fabric, and they're already cut and in packages, right? All the accoutrements are in the bag to have them done. And so you're thinking to yourself, hey, well, Anne-Marie, why didn't you make them? Well, there's clearly some reason why I haven't made these garments. And it's not because I didn't love the fabric or the pattern. I had the idea. But I think sometimes, like, you know, you opportunities sew if you have the time, like I sew early in the morning, and maybe something about these projects didn't attract me over something else. Because, you know, I make a lot of garments. So because I sport sew, I sew to entertain myself. I sew on a budget and I entertain myself. And so everything does not necessarily have a purpose. sometimes I just want to deal, I just want to create it. I just want to deal with the fabric. Very few things are things that I'm like, I absolutely need, because I don't go to the amount of social engagements that I used to go to. So I think there are at least 30 things between these 3 buckets that need to be completed. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to call it Houston Cleanup, but between November and December, I'm going to have a good time pulling something out of these, completing it. My goal is to finish at least 1 bucket. At least have 1 bucket empty. We'll see. I have a little haul for you. I ordered on the Simplicity sale, and I think the McCall's, no, they're all Simplicity. And they came in. I got this Nomi pattern, 2101 from Alicia Grace. I love this. I love this sporty outfit. This is the kind of thing I'd love to travel in. Like, you know, at the airport, because the sneakers look right, you're comfortable, there's stretch. I like this. Now, the snaps at the side might be a challenge, but maybe not too much. I'm sure I have snaps. Now, my girl, the corny rainbow. This is a bomber coat poncho thingy. All right, it is ME2102. I think what intrigues me is she did this in a denim. There's the rib knit right there, but these applique pieces. Oh, see, I'm excited by that. Now tell me, I have a ton of applique pieces. I have anywhere to wear a bomber coat, but that never stopped me. All right, now this is Vogue. V2066, and there's my shape right there. There's that rectangle. Well, I'm thinking I'm getting a little on that rectangle, but these sleeves, y'all, these sleeves, look at the double layer. Oh my God, I had the fabric for this, but alas, I have used it for something else. I had a white no, not Ralph Nader. He's the, y'all, you're gonna start to think I'm losing it. Ralph Lauren. This would have been gorgeous. Oh, I have fabric regret, because I'm never gonna see that white Ralph Lauren fabric again. It was like a Georgette. This would have been stunning, especially this. I already have this beaded neckline. Oh well. C'est la vie. Okay, so I also like to put a few things in my costume costume library. I like to curate in patterns like I like to curate in books. Isn't this crazy? Look at the wings. The wings were included. It says Simplicity 3063. It has the corseted back. Not necessarily for me, but you know, one day, I love costumes. Oh, it's beautiful. All right. Now, my daughter and I have been discussing doing a Queen Charlotte gown for another occasion, because there's always the Houston Renaissance Festival, and you need undergarments to work with panniers. All right, so I bought this Simplicity $85.79 because you need the support for those panniers on those dresses. And so one day we'll get around to it. So I got that one, and here is the dress with the panniers. So this is another costume, Simplicity 8578. Now remember, I bought them when they're having some ridiculous sale. And so I just like to add to my library. All right, and this costume was kind of more of the same with a different slant. This is more Renfest. This is more Renfest. So this is 9166. We used to go every year, but who knows? Might get there. And then I love these cute skirts. I thought they were so cute. It's Simplicity 9879. And I love these rainbow, or the made out of tulle. I think that would be really cute. Hopefully one day I'll have a granddaughter or friend who needs one. Okay. And this corset dress. Now, I don't know who's gonna need this in my life because I'm not really a big corset fan, but this is Simplicity 9974. And because I got so into costumes this year, because I had the opportunity to work on them, I went ahead and put a few more things in my library. Okay, so this is my last thing. I don't know if you have ever ordered from a meal planning company like HelloFresh or something like that. Inside the container, they usually have this long piece of shredded fabric, jean. It's kind of plush. I wish I had saved a piece to show you. And they used to encase it in plastic and kind of temper it around the contents of the box, whatever meals that you ordered. And I thought to myself, I hated throwing them out. I used to I made all kinds of pillows that you can roll and tuck and have different places, but I don't have any of those now. So I found, when I was cleaning up in here, I found one more rectangle of it, and I decided to make these roll-up things for my brooches, because I bought a brooch holder and it can't handle the level of my brooches. See, this is not doing it. I have a whole bunch more on the table here. My mom loved brooches, so she left me a few of hers, right? And so I needed something that was cushy enough that could cushion my brooches. So I had this fabric from, I believe, Hobby Lobby, and I covered over my my piece of upcycled HelloFresh packing material. And I had one long piece, so I made 1, 2, 3. All right, and I think 2 are what I need, but probably 1 could be a gift. But I don't know too many people who do the brooch thing. So I put these giant snaps on it so they could travel. And I think it would also be good for pins and things like that. All right, so I'm real tickled with that. So I'm gonna transfer all my poor little teacher stuff onto that, and so they'll be more secure. Now, last part of my haul, on my Regency dress, I'll show it over here, I think. I figured out the Bridgerton cocktail. They do basic shapes in sumptuous materials. And then after they've done all of that, they send it off to their embellishment department, which is an entire department of women and men skilled in ornate needle play. They're making organdy roses. I think Penelope's dress had 1,000 organdy roses that they created. And so I thought, even though I thought the 3-dimensional flowers were beautiful on there, it did not have the sparkle that Bridgerton dresses have. And that's because I had to order the beads to put in the centers of the flowers. So I'm very excited about working on that. But I was very concerned about finding the right blue. Like, this isn't the right blue. Neither is this, but this is. And luckily for me, I got enough of the right blue. Okay, and I have a few that can be accent colors and stuff like that, but like this is not right, you know. But I think for the amount that this cost, maybe $8 for all of the ones I tried, I don't mind that some of them won't work out, because I think I have enough of the stuff that will work out to embellish that dress. And so that's what I'm gonna put that in the living room, And as I'm watching some old-time television shows, I'm going to add the sparkle to this dress. That's enough of me. I had a really great month. I'm looking forward November 1st, y'all. I'm starting my Christmas decorations. It's time, because you want to do it slow and steady. Maybe you can do everything. Maybe you can wait on your tree, or maybe you can put your tree up. Depends upon how much help you have. If you love to host a beautiful Christmas holiday season and it's just you because your kids are young, or your ex or your husband or whoever travels and you don't have a lot of support and stuff like that, it might behoove you to start early. I start like in November. And then you can see all the little things, like if your baseboards needs touching up for the holiday season, or if there's some elaborate thing that you want to make, you might need to assemble the ingredients, and maybe you need to do a test run before you actually put it out during this holiday season. Because remember, there's Thanksgiving and there's Christmas, okay? So you can maybe have different tablescapes, have fun, celebrate the changing of the seasons and being with your family and friends. All right, so that's it. That's all I got. That's all she wrote. All right, thank you for staying to the end of the video. All right, take care.